Welcome, welcome to She's All Over the Place. So excited to have you here. We have an NFT artist on. He is amazing. He's super cool. I've known him. I don't know how many years I've known him now. Almost a decade. We have a really cool story of how we met, and we'll share that with you today. Christian is from Long Beach, and he goes by the name of ORVZ1. And so, with no further ado, let's introduce Christian. Christian, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Katie. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Pleasure.
definitely. Yeah, very cool. So you're from Long Beach. You've moved around a bit and you've been to the Detroit Auto Show. So where did you go to school?
I went to school in Cleveland Institute of Art, my first year of art school, studying everything. I was looking into painting mostly. So from there, I really like the schools over here on the West Coast. Um, I really liked all the work that was coming out of them, painting wise. So I moved over here. My dad lives here. Um, so I just moved right there next to my dad. I started in Long Beach City College, um, actually for a while, and then met some cool people there. Bodek Hernandez. I met him there. He's a pretty famous artist now, working with Powwow. They do murals around the world. So I got to work on some murals with him a few years ago,
Dope.
and then I left there after a couple years, and then went to Art Center in Pasadena, and there met RFX1, who we ended up. He ended up meeting Serge through some friends. He was a cousin of one of his friends, and Serge is your friend. That's how we came to meet at the art show party on the rooftop in downtown, which was really cool.
Oh my
Back
God,
in
that night was so much fun. The energy was just so amazing.
oh
It was
yeah, it was
great.
like the top of the bull market in 2018. People were like going crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
couldn't believe nobody could believe what was happening.
I know, I know. Oh my God, and we can talk all about that. It was the rooftop. There was like sushi there. There was sushi for like 7 hours, like gourmet, amazing sushi. There were like 300 people. It went on all night long. I was the DJ. They hired me as the DJ for the
Yeah, that was
party.
so cool.
And then there was, I don't know, was there 9 artists or 12 artists? But they were
It was
all
a lot of artists. We had the what was a public art collective, or I can't remember the name. A bunch of people. It was like blockchain art collective was there, and then um, another place. What was it called? I think it's like public arts. They're like oh man, I wish I
we
could
have to
remember the name.
circle around and connect. I have his number in my phone. We need
Yeah,
to
you know,
connect.
you know that was a show because we had two shows at the rooftop. I'm not sure if you were on both of them.
Yeah, I
Or,
was there. I
oh,
was
you
there.
were on both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of them was with them, and then the other one was a little bit different, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then David brought me on to be the DJ, and which was really cool. David Christopher Lee, our homie, he's an amazing celebrity photographer. But I had like 12 pieces there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. So you know what? I went there, but I wasn't in the first show. I was not. I went there twice, but I wasn't in a show that you guys were in. Yeah.
That was a cool spot. The building was called the Atelier. I think that's how it's pronounced,
Yeah, yeah. It's
which
like a
actually stands for like basically an art school,
cool. It was like
school of
on the
art.
rooftop. It was so chic. And the guys, the blockchain was 1111. That was the name of the blockchain, 1111.
Yeah, 1111 Fund.
How are those
They were
guys
the ones
doing? Have you talked to
hosting it.
them?
I'm not sure if they're still together, but I haven't talked to Serge in a long time
Who was
actually.
hosting it?
I think it was Serge and Serge Jill
Yeah,
and
but the big guy, that tall big guy who actually lived in the
I
building.
can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember that guy's name.
We need to
But
contact we have to contact Serge and talk to him and tell him we're connected and everything that's happening. But
definitely, yeah. I
I
wonder if he's doing NFTs too, because he was so involved in the crypto space and
yeah,
art also.
Yeah, he was so cool. I love him. We had such a fun time. I have great photos and videos and of that whole entire night. So I invited so many people. So many people came to that party. It was pretty epic. But I think I had like 12 pieces hanging up. How many pieces did you have hanging up that night?
I just had like 3 or 4, I think.
Okay.
I had smaller. No, actually, I had maybe more, maybe like 6. Oh no, no, no. That was the show before. I had a lot of pieces, and then on the group show, I only had like 3 or 4 because there was less space. But I
Cool.
had
So
like these little small pieces, paintings on holograph. I don't know if you remember it was like a holographic silhouette of a girl, and then
and it was like a wall, and there was two sides of the wall, and there was a light that had to be behind one of them. Was that yours?
yeah, they were on they were like on the side by the with the in the conference room area corner right there. And then I had some crypto pieces, the blocks. Remember all the abstract blocks? It was like 3 of those. Those got put on the blockchain art collective. It was like the first NFTs, basically. Like, I mean, they were doing like crypto kitties, I think at the time was out, and so nobody really knew the word NFTs. Right? It was
Totally.
just like crypto kitties,
Yeah. Like like
and
like to the listener, we're so happy you're here. And to the viewer, we're also on the YouTube if you want to check out the Sophisticated Psychos and see the video with Christian and me. You can check out the video on the Sophisticated Psychos. Otherwise, we're, so happy that you're here listening. But what you're hearing right now is revolutionary. We are ahead of the curve of something happening that's really cool. And we're here to show you and to add value and to give you insight and information of where our world is heading and how artists are taking the power back from jumping the hoops and needing approval and being able to take action into your own hands as an artist into the space and create your own platform of the value of your worth and understand what it means to be a part of the community. It's not like a get rich quick kind of thing. And it's an NFT, it's a non-fungible token, and we can share more with you. But Orbs here was one of the very, 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 very first NFT artists I ever. Like seriously, like this is like so revolutionary. This is why I wanted to have him on the show because like what he said, like in 2018 when I was DJing all these like crypto events, I was DJing in New York at the Baccarat, having dinners with like 40-person dinners, like it was insane. More than 40 people actually at the dinner. There was like 12 tables, round tables. People were coming in from like Asia, Korea, all these places, and the bill was like $40,000 at the Baccarat, and it's like a dinner that I hosted. And I was like, "What is going on?" And we were hosting these events in LA, and I was like DJing these private house parties, and like I was like DJing as like a crypto artist. And then they got me involved because I'm a painter. They're like, "Yo, you need to be a part of these like crypto art shows." So like I got thrown into the mix, and I didn't know what was going on. It was so above my head, but it was like everyone was really young and educated and cool, and like they knew what was going on. It was something exciting, and there was a synergy in the air, and everyone was like having such a great time, and it was so fun, and it was really, really beautiful. And so that's why we're here right now, because we're sharing this epic moment. Because if you go to Mark Cuban's Instagram handle, NFT, it's just at NFT. They just announced yesterday that that the space revolutionized. It just hit the 2 trillion mark in on the blockchain, and this was just yesterday. And this is like, so people who got involved in like Bitcoin in 2018, there were one like earlier on, and people don't know what's going on. And now it's been over a decade. It has a life of its own, and it's really developed. And people are still like have no clue. This is still very, very new space, but we're here to share stuff with you, and we're excited to be here. So just buckle up for a really cool show.
yes, it's very intense and very energetic place to be in right now, because we're at the beginning of adoption, mass adoption. So everybody's pumped. We know it's coming. Uh, Institutional investors are pouring in. Corporations are starting to respect it and actually want to be a part of it. So we're part of the new 1%, as they say. It's going to be the biggest generational wealth transfer in the history of the world. So we're definitely in the revolutionary place here. And the way things happened in 2008, how we became a part of everything, just kind of like fell into place for us to be part of that's this space. And that really, I was like I put one of my murals on the blockchain through Blockchain Art Collective. We did a mural in downtown LA, right in front of the financial buildings, the giant skyscrapers of the banks. And this was a blockchain mural right there for them to see. It had these pyramids that were mining cryptocurrencies. They had like the Bitcoin logo on it and everything. And this astronaut girl that was kind of like trying to find her way, in this like crazy planet. And I did that mural with RFX1. It was up there for over a month. It was right on 3rd and Main Street. So from there, we wanted to have like the show, the party be all around downtown, from like, if we could go from the rooftop to see the mural, but that would have been a crazy match.
Yeah.
They're a little bit too far, but that was a wild time in downtown. So much going on.
Yeah. And how is it in downtown LA right now? Are they still like, what's going on with
There's a
Bitcoin
lot
and the
of
blockchain events?
construction. Crypto wise, I haven't been to any of the crypto stuff. That was more my friends were the ones that were like really involved, like RFX1's friend Glenn. Glenn and Diego. Diego was Serge's cousin. They were the ones that were like the most involved with crypto and like got us into all these coins like before anybody knew about them, right?
And
Like they were like the ones that were doing all the research, and it's very intensive.
Yeah, and RX1 was at the art show too, and I follow that handle on my Instagram as well. I still follow.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing, if he's doing any NFTs yet, but I'm sure he's working on it.
So tell us more about you being a graffiti artist.
I started like doing art on walls as a little kid, just to mess around, and then from there started learning graffiti and trying to learn my style and like really like push it to the next level, in technique, and like making it look 3D or compositionally color, your color choices, all that stuff. So I took that into more like street art murals, where it's not just graffiti. So it's like a painting. You're painting with spray paint, which is pretty fun. I think it's so easy, because like painting with a brush on a wall, it can take a while because you have to spread the paint around. With spray paint, it's just like one stroke and it's done. Right?
Were you wearing the mask to protect yourself from the fumes?
Yeah, mostly. I hate masks, but
yeah,
when you're doing a huge wall, yeah, it can be very
downtown LA has so many cool murals. Like there are so many colorful, cool murals. It's one of the
it was such a pleasure to do a mural there, because we were surrounded by all these like legendary artists.
Yeah,
that were like literally feet away from our mural.
Yeah, have you been
awesome.
One of the very first music videos I did called "So Into You"? I like was in front of a mural. I have to show it to you. And then I did another spoken word music video called That Girl, and I like did it in front of a whole mural. I'm gonna post it soon. I just don't have it on my hard drive with me where I'm at right now, but I'm gonna post it soon. But have you been to 5 Points in Queens in New York?
No, I haven't been to New York yet. It's one of the places I want to go to.
Okay, so did you hear what happened with 5 Points though?
No.
Oh, they 5 Points mirrors like ran 5 Points, and they it was like legendary for graffiti artists. And about a year and a half, 2 years ago, there's this huge lawsuit. They took it down to put all these new condos and buildings, and there was a huge lawsuit, and they won like $6 million, thank God. But they even have And I was there at the very end of it. And my friend, Nikolai Khan, who's a graffiti artist, and I got him into the crypto world, and I got him some exchanges for some blockchain funds, with some of his artwork at some events I curated in New York, in like 20, I think it was in 2018. And I did a graffiti piece that I have to show you at 5 Points. At the
Oh,
legendary
really?
5 Points. Yeah. It's
Nice.
I put Kiriaki, my name, and I put think Kiriaki. It's so cool. But lastly, you have to check out when you're in New York, you have to check out. Let me know, because I'll get you a personal tour. You have to have like a personal tour by one of the graffiti artists. But there's 27 graffiti artists featured. Mirrors, my friend Nikolai Khan. There's 27 artists, and they took me on a private tour. It's in a hotel on the Bowery, but it's the Graffiti Museum. Google it. But when you go, I'll make sure I get
Wow.
you a private tour.
Yeah,
And
New
oh
York, they're the legends when it comes to graffiti. They it pretty much started right there and then
yeah, those
moved
people are
to
my
the West
homies.
Coast.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have a cool video I did with them actually. It's called Involved. It's a song I produced with the duo, the Sophisticated Psychos. It's one of my brands, and we did a dope graffiti video with some graffiti artists with
Oh
one of
yeah,
our songs of them doing pieces. I'll send it to you so you can
awesome.
see it, and I'll put it in the show notes. So if anyone wants to check that out, they can watch the video as well.
Right on.
Yeah, yeah. So I want to know more about your process. So when you were, ever since you could grab a pencil, you were just boom, an artist. You were just born into art.
Yeah, both of my grandparents are painters, so it was like always around me, and I was always like trying to see if I could draw, every animal I saw basically. And yeah, from there it moved to like, we'd be like at a restaurant and my grandma would be like, paint that guy right there, or draw that guy, and then I like draw him on a napkin, and then she like gave it. They made me go give it to him, and stuff like that. Uh, so I was actually like an art contest back in Mexico when I was little, and I got I think second place was the highest I got for one of them, which is pretty cool. Uh, and then started doing comic books in high school with friends and stuff, and from there, yeah, I was just like drawing every day, basically. And I knew I was gonna be an artist, so I just had to pick the art school for me. And art center, I always went to art center. Every time I visited California, my dad would like take us to art center, so to show us around, because him and my uncle would take classes there, like night classes every now and then. And it was like my dream to go there, like. And I finally made it, when I got a scholarship and made it in there. And I studied illustration design. um, I kind of wish I would have done more like motion 3D arts, because I did study a little bit of that. I learned ZBrush because I really interested in me, Cinema 4D and ZBrush.
I heard
That's
it's
what
I
a
heard it's
lot of
very difficult, the 3D.
yeah, it kind of is in the beginning, but if you're used to Photoshop and Illustrator, it can kind of like be a little bit easier. But I mean, everything through YouTube. If you need any kind of figure out how to do anything, YouTube tutorials is
Oh,
the
yeah.
best
Nikki,
school for me
yeah.
learning new stuff
Uh,
usually.
oh yeah, Nikki Scorpio, my music partner. If you see all the videos we edited, one's gonna be in the show notes. I'm gonna show you too, like all the After Effects and all the cool things. Like he just learned everything off YouTube. Like his first music video took him 12 hours, and it's just genius of all the attention and the patience he had. But his skill sets, he learned everything from YouTube. So it's a great educational tool.
Yeah, I'm a very visual learner.
Me too.
I have to see it to
Me
believe.
too.
Right.
I just really want to give a special shout out to your grandparents, because much love to your grandparents and to your
Oh,
family
thank
who
you.
supported you on that journey. I felt like a little pinch in my heart right now, because it's so amazing you were given the space and that encouragement. And I mean, it's really, really important to acknowledge that, because I know what it's like, and I've seen what it's like when people don't have that kind of support. So to have that, it's just Wow, like homage to the grandparents for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it was hard. My dad, he's more of a realist. He was always telling us not to go to art school because it's so expensive. Because we were already doing pretty cool stuff. We were already like some of the best. Me and my brother, he was also doing fine art in art center. Um, uh, we we would just be making art, and we were usually very competitive amongst each other too.
Oh, good. That's good.
So we were like creating video games when we were like very young, trying to like come up with like do like the concept art for games and like designing like the levels and stuff like that. Uh,
Wow.
so I kind of wanted to go into entertainment arts. That was one of my second choice. That was my focus when I was in art center. Like I took all my electives were in entertainment. So like studying Disney movies and uh, yeah, everything in Hollywood, special effects, all the movies that they have starts with an artist having to come up with the visual. They have to visualize everything
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
for everyone, right?
So I had Alex Sokolow. He wrote the original Toy Story animation, and I had him on a podcast episode if you want to listen to it. And he talks about the process of Toy Story. He did the first one and then he sold it to Disney or whatever. But he did the very
Oh,
first.
nice.
Whoever bought the Toy Story, the 2, 3, 4, and 5. He wasn't a part of those ones,
Yeah,
but they're 2,
Pixar.
3, 4. But he did the first one. But he talks about the process. It was an independent feature film that was just shelved. Woody and Buzz, they weren't even characters. They were like the drunks, I think. I don't remember. You have to hear the podcast episode, but he talks about the
Check that
process
out.
of the development of the characters. So that's a cool episode. To get into more technical terms here, with glitch art, trash art genres, surrealism, illustration design, your influences. Let's talk about that and your process and the development of those for you.
So I do traditional art mostly, and which is painting, but I try to be more experimental. I'll paint on like holographic vinyl, and then I'll put resin over that, and then I'll paint some more over the resin. So it's like kind of like floating off the painting, like multiple layers. I'll do like a pour over the holograph to get like a cool background, um, and then do painting with oil on the resin on top of that. So it's kind of like floating on top. And then it's a lot of layering of resin, which I've been playing with lately. So it's kind of like 3D painting in a way. Like the more layers you add, you can go. So I've seen artists do like paintings that are like cubes, right? Like blocks of resin, and it looks really really cool. So I'm trying to take that into the digital space and make it translate in a way. I'm turning most of my paintings into NFT, or not most of them, like the newest ones into NFTs, or any other ones like the old ones that were related to crypto. I turned those also into uh, like open edition, where I do more like remixed versions, where I like digitize it or run the painting through a software or something to give it more of a turn into a GIF or animated in a cool way. So it looks cool and it fits amongst the all the NFTs, which everything seems to be animated nowadays. That's like the new digital frontier, right? And
Very colorful too. Yeah, very colorful.
yeah, they're doing the whole like retro wave, vapor wave kind of field. I see a lot of art like that. Also glitch art, kind of glitch art and crypto art are huge influences on my work. That kind of like psychedelic, surreal effect. I really like that. And when they create, there's artists. I can't remember the names of these artists, but they're like the OGs of the crypto art space, because they use computers that actually use like code or algorithms to create their work, and it's just like full computer based, like no program, like regular art program to make the art, and they create very, very interesting things that like you've never seen in your life,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely a new space. There's a lot to be explored yet,
Yeah.
and we're breaking out into the art world and like the real art world. Everybody's like finally, taking a look at crypto art,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
pretty cool.
And there's galleries. There's galleries now of NFTs where there's like
Yeah.
holograms that you're doing holograms, but there's galleries where there's holograms of the NFT art that people can see in galleries.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that.
Oh yeah, they're
I know they have
holograms
like,
of the NFT arts.
so it's not just an LCD screen.
It's an
They're
LCD
using.
screen. It's like a
Oh, okay, so
screen, but some of them
they
look
use
like
hologram
hologram.
tech. That would be so cool because
You wait till you see it.
yeah, I have to figure out how to translate a holographic art into like a GIF. So it's like you can see the hologram in the image, without turning it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So that's
Very
what I'm
cool.
working on right now. Is like I got like a little photo studio going
Cool.
on right here.
And then check out the link and you can see the NFTs and Orb's artwork on OpenSea, Rareable, where else?
The other one's MyBay blockchain uh, blockchain exchange. No, blockchain art exchange.
Yeah.
MyBay BAE blockchain art exchange.
And then we'll put it in
Um,
the show notes for everyone.
all the ones that are single edition, the original painting is included. So
That's what I was wondering.
yeah,
Because some people are they doing the photo only or the digital only, or are you you're gonna give the original as well?
yeah, the ones that are like open edition, like I treat that like prints. It's like edition of 30, so it's cheaper price, and then the
Called
ones that
open edition, so you can do
yeah,
you can, instead of selling one, you can sell 30 prints only.
it's called open edition, but it's actually kind of like a limited edition, and then there's the single edition, which only you can have, and you can resell the NFT if you want. So you're making money with the NFT if you want to sell it, and then keep the original painting.
But you can keep the original painting, but
Or
you
you
can
can keep
sell the
both. Too.
NFT.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if people choose to, they can resell the NFT. Because every time it resells, I make some money from that too. So
Yeah. So what artists can
that's
do
cool.
is you can set it at whatever percent, but most artists are doing like 10%. So it's like if
Yeah,
someone buys it, you get the money. But then if they go and they resell it to someone else, like a second tier, third tier, fifth tier, if it sells 500 times, you always get 10% from that as the artist, which is so cool because now you're like the broker.
yeah. We
Yeah.
finally get royalties.
Yeah.
We're not
That's
a
really important
middleman.
for you, for the listener and the viewer to know. So what I'm going to do is, just so you know, like no one knows this yet, it's in my mind and I'm doing this, and this is what I'm doing. So I have a poetry book right here. It's my first poetry book, and I released my first NFT as the first love poem as an NFT that's coupled with the original by Polaroid, which is super rare because it was discontinued in 2001. So it's a love poem coupled with a piece of artwork, and I did with a legendary artist named Robert Sturman. We did a whole series from 2004 to 2012. So I released one, and then I'm going to release each one. And then what I was thinking was, since I released the one, I was going to release each one, but I wanted to do the limited edition where I could sell them for less, but then because X amount of prints. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a book and I'm going to sign it, and I'm going to put it on the NFT as the book, as the photo, and then as a gift they'll be getting the original hard copy as well with the autograph. Cool, right?
Nice. Yeah, book included. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, book included. And that's not even the surprise that you can unlock. I'm going to have the unlock surprises too.
Unlockable content.
I'm always unlockable content. I am the art
That's
behind
nice.
the art behind the art behind the art. That's what I like to do.
Yeah,
Always.
I still have to play around with that. I'm trying
yeah.
to get for my next NFT project. I did album cover for one of my friends, Cole Avery. He's a hip hop artist, and we're gonna turn the cover into an album. I'm not sure if we're gonna do the whole album or just one song, but we're gonna try to sell that as an NFT between the both of us, coming
Great.
out soon.
Great.
Um, Maybe we'll see, either OpenSea or Rarible, but
Yeah. Well, if it's video, I heard OpenSea's better. If it's photo, Rarible. But if it's actual
oh yeah,
video,
oh yeah, it has
OpenSea's
more.
better. And there's
Yeah,
no
they have more
gas
options.
fees. And there's no gas fees. Also, you
That's
want
always
to,
good.
yeah. Also, you want to look at Tron, Tron. If you go to the Instagram, it's Tron Foundation. Justin started it. Lindsay Lohan, who did her first NFT, sold for 15,000. Immediately, it flipped on the blockchain for like 57,000.
Yeah,
But so
I actually.
there's no gas fees for artists on Tron. So I'm gonna
Oh yeah,
release
yeah,
some
yeah.
NFTs on Tron. I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, Tron's cool. That's funny you mentioned Lindsay. I have a bunch of paintings of Lindsay that I did. It was my paparazzi series, like from 10 years ago, where I did like the most followed celebrities, just like finding like random paparazzi shots that I found interesting, and then kind of turning them into surreal painting. Changing them a bit, and Lindsay Lohan became my main focus. So I have a lot of paintings of her that I think would make cool NFTs, since she's kind of like a crypto
Do
celebrity
it.
now.
Do it. Do
Her
it.
in Paris. It's funny. Paris has actually been involved in the space since 2017, and I did a painting of her and Lindsay together with shopping bags. Like, I mean, I was kind of like making fun of them back then, over like the whole materialist thing.
Yeah, of
It's kind of
course.
like shopping bags that are like dripping with black, like ooze, like from
Yeah.
all the
Well, it's a part of the
petroleum, all
culture.
the petroleum products. I was like
Yeah.
protesting in a way or something.
Well, it's a
But
part of the culture. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
the
what we grew
whole,
up with. It's what we grew up with.
yeah,
Going to parties and events with
celebrity
Paris and
culture.
Lindy all the time.
Oh, you actually got to meet him?
What? Are you kidding? Like, of course. Yeah. Hello.
They
I
were
mean,
there, they
I've
were
gone to
always there in the background.
what?
They were always there somewhere in the background of the parties you were attending, or
I
you were
mean,
actually
growing up,
talking to
how,
them and stuff. You got to meet him, have
yeah.
conversations with them.
Yeah. I mean, we all grew up together going to the same parties and events. I mean, Oscar
That's so
parties,
cool.
MTV parties, red carpet events, gifting suites. My best friend Logan is really good friends with Lindsay, and we were in the south of
Oh
France
wow.
for the Cannes Film Festival. And I was walking into I think I was going to like show part or something, or like Lindsay was going to show part. She was going to get jewels for an event, and I was going. Oh no, I was going to this Lebanon artist she was going to dress me for an event, and like it was so wow. We both like arrive at like the Marquee Hotel or whatever. It's like a fancy hotel on the on the main, like, I forget what it's called, the main drag and con. And I met Lindsay in 2009 in the elevator and with my best friend Logan. And then another time I was living at my best friend's house, Logan, in Upper East Side. This was like in 2012 when all the hurricanes were happening. And Lindsay was staying at the Dream Hotel because she was like friends with all the owners of the Dream Hotel. So she was staying there, but all the power went out. So her and our friend Nikki Wood went and came and stayed at Logan's house, and like she came and like stayed the night or whatever. But yeah, my
Wow,
my best friend Logan's like really good friends with Lindsay.
that is
But
wild.
yeah, and then my best friend Logan, he has the same birthday as Nikki Hilton, October 5th, and he styled her for her book that came out a few years ago. And like he's really good friends with like Nikki in Paris and like Azura and like that whole clan. And I met Paris. We're a lot alike, a lot actually, in like ways and stuff. She's super cool. But we've been at like a lot of events together, whatever, but we haven't been like texting, like exchanging, like buddy, like hanging out, like things like that. But I love her. I love Paris so much. And one time we had some moments together. It was during New York Fashion Week, actually. We were at an event together. She showed up with her sister and Derek Glassberg. It was like where was it? It was the old Butter. It was called Butter, but it was like the new place, and it was a birthday party for some like ex supermodel. I don't want to say ex supermodel because like whatever, she's just not working like she used to. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Next subject. Next subject. What's it called? What was I saying? Yeah. So, it's a part of the times and the culture and just going to, events and things like that. I had a piece during that same time. I was working with Jessica Simpson. I was a model and I did a movie with her years
Oh
later.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I did a movie with her
That
years
was a
later.
military movie. I didn't see that one.
Yeah. But the same time that you're talking about, I was modeling for her shoe line, and it was before I was like on set working with her years later, and I had her sign this thing to me. And I do three-dimensional art and I applied it to a canvas and I have that and I took photos of all my artwork. So now I'm going to take photos of all I have photos of all of them and I'm going to put them on as NFTs and one is signed by Jessica Simpson and by me. So it's like I'm gonna definitely like, what up?
Nice.
Yeah,
Collab.
that's really cool. It's exciting. You can do anything with an NFT. Anything is possible. It can be a photo, it can be paintings, digital, like the possibility for an artist to create music, like voiceovers. Like we could take this podcast and turn it into an NFT, you know? Like I already had that idea, a few weeks ago, and I'm a voiceover actor, so I could like release like you said, gifs or like little like 59-second clips of like me doing animation characters or something. Like the sky's the limit when you're an artist. You can like release anything as an NFT. The most important thing, you want to make sure you're not paying gas fees. And Orbs, I want to thank you because you're the one that turned me on to the app, the Ethereum gas app. And so I was on it the other night and it was low. It was like 78 or something. I wanted to like text
What?
you. Yeah, I wanted to
That's
text
unheard
you.
of.
It was just 2 nights ago and I was going to bed and I just happened to just check it just for funds. And I went to go check it and it was like 78. It was so low. And when you were holding my hand when I was doing my first NFT, and I want to thank you so much for being there and showing up, and who would have thought, but
No problem.
you were there like walking me through the baby steps of it, and you were like literally neck and neck, hand in hand with me, and you're like, okay, just pull the trigger, do it now, it's not going to go any lower. It was 112 and I got it for 112.
Yeah, because I knew how busy the network has been lately. Like going under 100 Gwei in the gas price is like unheard of now.
Well, you told me that they're actually going to do the second tier starting in July, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to come out this month or February actually, and it got pushed because a lot of the miners started protesting. They don't want to lose all the money they're making with the fees, so uh, they're giving them more time to figure it out. And um, yeah, we're gonna have to wait till July. I think this summer is when you're gonna see the crypto market just like blow up like never before. Like we're gonna be crazy bull market. So right now we have like 2-3 months to take our positions, get ready for the rocket ship to take off, And I think this time it could be a super cycle. They're saying um, since mass adoption, we're at the crossover, between being like something underground into being more, used by the average person. PayPal just brought it in. A bunch of banks are getting into it, and uh, everybody kind of wants a piece of the pie. So I think this is gonna take the altcoins. Like they're saying, alt season starting right now.
What
You're seeing
season?
it's called alt season.
ALT alt.
Yeah, alt for altcoins. Altcoins is basically everything that's not Bitcoin, right? So when Bitcoin starts like staggering, you'll see people get very impatient and they'll just move all their money into altcoins because altcoins move faster than Bitcoin because they have a lower market cap. So it takes less money to make a move, right? So people are all looking for they call them hidden gems, small cap gems that can turn you into a millionaire if you put like $1,000 into it. Or even some like this guy I follow a lot on YouTube called Bullzilla. He does the $100 challenges where you just put $100 into a coin and you watch it turn into like sometimes 10K, right, or more.
Yeah. Dope.
He's trying to get people to 100K, and some of his subscribers already made it there. People that have been following him since last summer, because this past 6 months we've seen gains like 5,000 to 10,000%.
And you sent me the YouTube video on him, right? That's the one I watched.
I think I might have sent you him. I follow a lot of people on YouTube. I know like the main guy right now is Big Boy Crypto. He has like 700,000 followers, and when he reaches a million followers, he's gonna give out a whole free Bitcoin to one lucky follower.
Well, he's gonna give what?
A whole Bitcoin away.
What do you mean a whole Bitcoin?
By then it's probably going to be 100K, or maybe less. He's like 750,000. Once he reaches 100 or a million followers, he's gonna raffle out a Bitcoin, basically.
Well, that's good incentive to get more followers, because what I see everyone doing in the Twitter space, and if anyone is interested in this space, make sure you're on Twitter, because a lot of the people who are in the blockchain, I was off Twitter, but now since I'm totally like into this space, and on Clubhouse, like everyone's on Twitter. And so a lot of collectors and people in the space, and a lot of people, how they're trying, because it's about community, but I see a lot of people doing like hack moves, like, oh, like show me your NFT and I'll retweet it, or I'm gonna buy an NFT today, show me your work. So a lot of people are hyping up artists, so they're getting more affluence and popularity, because they get the hopes that this an NFT person's going to retweet their work, or they're going to get a chance to like sell their work, but it's working. So, and it's good energy, and it's supporting other people's work and retweeting people's work. And I posted something like that I did for Pi Art Day on the Pi wallet. And if anyone's interested in that, like definitely reach out to us and we can share more with you. But I just put up the artwork I did for Pi Day, and it was on the cover of the app for Pi Day, which was just a few weeks ago. I told you about it, and so many people saw it, and people are retweeting it, just like honoring the space is like, like of the future of the blockchain and the frequencies of everything.
Yeah, I enjoy the community space that every coin has. Everybody you can go to Telegrams, the Discord channels, where everybody you can like keep track of everything that's going on. If there's like FUD or anything, there's always gonna be people like complaining and talking crap, but it's just good to stay in touch with the devs and the teams that are actually working on it, because then it kind of clarifies
the devs. Would you say
the devs? Yeah, like the developers. So you get more clarity on the project and what
How
they're
do you know
doing,
who
because
the
sometimes you kind of like left in out there not knowing what's going on, and it kind of creates a lot of anxiety, being in the space. So you have to be like in under Telegram. They have you have access to talk to the team. A lot of the developers are on the Telegrams, dropping what they're doing, their development, the plans, roadmap.
So who are the developers?
For each team, like I'm following, there's another project that's kind of like Pi, where there's a lot of anxiety. People are waiting for the product called VROX, VROX AI. They're working on an exchange that has AI trading, or they help you figure out what coins are going to move, but they're still trying to figure out the AI. But the thing about the crypto market is that it's very unpredictable, even for TA, which stands for technical analysis. It sometimes breaks a lot of the TA rules or patterns that people are used to. So crypto is kind of like a beast to its own, right? Because especially right now in bull markets, everything just goes up more than people expected. And like even trade bots, like using trade bots can be very bad during a bull market, because it even like you can lose a lot of the gains. I just started playing around with trade bots in KuCoin, And because of that, because of the bull market, some of my coins going up more than 10%.
So what is bull
Started losing
market?
money.
What is bull
Bull
market?
market is like bull market and bear market. Bull market is when it's when things are going up, and then bear market when things are going down. So that's when you hear like the term bullish. When people are bullish on something, that means they're very pumped about it going up, right? So you'll hear like Bullzilla. This guy. He's like the master of pumping the space. Like very good energy, huge crowd. Like the people all have special like bullish names that they that they get when they join his club or whatever. And they're actually gonna have a party in Hawaii. I think maybe at the end of the summer, like peak bull market, maybe when everybody's making a ton of money. I don't know if I'll make it out there, but it's cool to have a community, that's kind of small right now, kind of inclusive. Like you feel like you're in something that's very special, that's like about to blow up like
It's
crazy.
exciting. It's so exciting.
So
Yeah. And then
the minority.
yeah. Let me know when you go to Hawaii. Keep me in the loop. And then, so I got invited to a Discord and to a Telegram. And then they give you the link. So how many Telegrams and Discords groups are you in? And how often are you in there? Every day, a couple times a week?
No, I don't check every day. Usually just when I'm like wondering about the project, what's going on, or the price or something.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. But I'm on like more than 20, 30 Discords. Not Discords, Telegrams. So each
You got to
coin
invite
has
me.
a
You got to invite
Telegram,
me to
but
some of them.
the thing is, I don't even do like for every coin, I don't do the Telegrams. Just like the ones that are like still in development, or so, the cool thing is like Pi has its own, they kind of have like their built-in chat room, and I don't think they have a Telegram yet. So right now they're doing it in the app.
Yeah.
Cool.
Totally. They're doing it in the app. I love
More
that.
coins should do that, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I really admire Nicholas, who he's Greek, so I'm Greek, and he's a PhD from Stanford. I have a lot of great friends who went to Stanford, and the source came from a very good, trusted source of my friend who, in India, chess is very big. And at 17, he won the Young Scientist Award and won the chess tournament at 19 years old. And he was the youngest person ever to like win the whole chess tournament of the country in India. And he went to Wall Street at 19. He was done by the time he was 24. He was like a multi-billionaire building his property in 1998. And since I've known him since 2005, I've always wanted to do something lucrative, something with finance, something with business. And it was just a friend relationship, and there was nothing. And I tried and there was nothing. But then he like told me about Pi. And when he told me about it, he's like, yo, get on Pi. And he broke it down. I was like, okay, cool. And so then I started, gathering information and learning about it myself. And that's why I'm really excited about, the Pi family and what they're doing. And I align and connect with it at a rudimentary level.
Yeah, I think this is a great year for them to come out. If they come out in the middle of the bull market, if it becomes a super cycle and it goes past 1 year, this could be like huge, right? We could see Bitcoin and cryptos, go up like maybe 1,000% from what they're now.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying is coming. A super cycle. Usually it's a 4-year cycle. 2018 was the last bull market, so it's been usually 4 years. But with a super cycle, because of adoption, it can go to like a super bull run that's lasts from 2 years to 3 years.
What's an adoption?
Like mass adoption is when people start using it, like average people. Once it becomes easier, to use.
Yeah.
I think more people will start getting into it. Once the gas fees are under control, once you can pay with crypto everywhere. In the supermarket or whatever.
I'm going to the Maldives and I'm paying in crypto.
Yeah,
because
that's when you'll see parabolic charts that are just like defying the laws of physics, right? Like Bitcoin, so far, Bitcoin has been like the best performing asset in the history of the world, right? Nothing has gone up this fast. And this is just the beginning. That's the crazy part. We're still under 1% mass adoption.
So right now, is it 50,000, 60,000 a Bitcoin? How much is it for a Bitcoin?
Right now, Bitcoin's down to 56,000.
Okay,
I
so
have my
like,
little tracker right here on the top. I can
you're
get all the
amazing.
prices.
You're amazing. So if someone
Wait,
wants to buy a Bitcoin, how much is it in US dollars?
well, people don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. People can buy whatever much they can afford. So it's up to you. But the thing I like to do, you got to have all the good coins, a little bit of each, you know. And then if you want to do trading, you want to start with the cheapest, most efficient coins to send, right? If you're sending Bitcoin around, it can be expensive. It can be like, you know, $2 to $5. If you're sending XLM or XRP, it can be free almost, right? Or even BNB, their Binance coin, they're kind of competing with Ethereum right now. That's why they've blown up right now. They're on third place, you know, creeping up to Ethereum because they have the lowest gas fees with their whole DeFi. They're doing a DeFi on their own chain, the Binance Smart Chain, that is a lot more. It's faster and cheaper, right? So a lot more efficient. People are just flocking to it, and the price of Binance coin from a month ago was like $60. Now it's at $400. So
Whoa.
they yeah. I got in like right when it started pumping because I got into Pancake Swap, which is it's like a farming DeFi, which DeFi stands for decentralized finance, which is it's a way to make more money on your crypto holdings by providing liquidity, which you give your coins out so the people can buy your coins, you know, and you're always going to get them back, you know, when you cash out. You get these liquidity tokens that you stake, and then you earn cake, these cake tokens. Cake right now is at $17, I think. Yeah, and when I got in, it was like $5. It's gonna go up once people start finding about DeFi this summer. You know, after tax season, you'll see all these DeFi projects are just gonna start exploding because the returns are crazy. It's like 30 to 500%.
And
APY.
how can people buy that? On which wallet can they buy that on?
Pancake Swap, you have to set up the Binance Smart Chain on your MetaMask, and then you can access it through that.
So the MetaMask wallet.
Yeah, MetaMask wallet. Send some BNB to it. Make sure that the BNB is on the
What's
BEP20.
BNB?
BNB is a Binance token.
And how do you get the Binance token?
That one you can get on the best deal would be Binance .us. That's their US website.
So you just go to the website with Binance.us with your cash.
Yeah, but it takes a while. You have to get approved. It can take a couple of weeks sometimes.
Wow, got it. Wow, couple weeks, yeah. Yeah.
Or if not, you can buy Binance on other exchanges. It's just the Binance has the cheapest fees, especially when it comes to their token, right? Cheapest fees for sending.
Yeah, in Clubhouse, when I'm in all these like NFT rooms and blockchain rooms, they're talking about DeFi and decentralization. Can you speak on decentralization and what that means for you?
Basically, there's no middle person or middleman to go through. There's no like central governance that can have a final say. It's more democratized in that everybody has to be agreeing on something for the governance, you know. That's how they do a lot of crypto projects. They have governance call meetings and stuff like that. So everything's doesn't have like one central power control. There's not, even if the companies have like CEOs, a lot of these like Justin Sun, he's the CEO of Tron. But so some people call these coins or projects centralized because of that. But honestly, every company or anything has to have some kind of leader or something, right? Or there has to be people representing that project, because if it's completely anonymous, like Bitcoin, which is it's cool, it's mysterious, right? But at least Bitcoin, everything, all the developers can see what it is, and they can tweak it if they want to, right? They can keep growing on that. So it's good to see, the development teams, what they're doing. People can be held accountable in that sense. But Bitcoin, I think it was just created out of the 2008 financial collapse, and after seeing all the fraud and all the money printing that's going on, and the devaluing of the dollar, really smart developers created something that's actually competing against the financial system. So something so powerful that they had to stay anonymous, probably for the sake of their own lives, right? This is like so revolutionary when it was coming out.
Well, it's out of China, since I've been told. And so when I was listening to the Tim Ferriss podcast that I sent you with the guy, I'm going to botch his name, but he's amazing. And he was saying, and Tim Ferriss was asking, what's the worst case scenario with the Bitcoin and Ethereum? And the very worst case scenario is if China builds a firewall. So it's like, okay, all this money, but then there's like a firewall. They said that would be like the biggest issue, if they were to build that.
Yeah,
That would be the scariest thing.
China has too much power with Bitcoin because they're the number one miners of it. So they own a lot of it. But the US government, I think they're starting to wake up to that. And the US government, actually, believe it or not, they have one of the biggest holdings of Bitcoin in the world as well. So we're still a little bit behind on like the technology aspect, and adopting it more, I think, is because the US, since we're the number one financial system right now, there's kind of like intimidation of losing some power to Bitcoin, right, or cryptocurrencies. Because some people, that they see cryptos as the future, like the inescapable future that's going to replace all of the currencies, right?
Well, what happened was, it was a week or two ago. I don't know if I sent you the article, but I saw Wells Fargo, I believe, is the first bank, to their quote unquote wealthiest clients. They curated some special thing for their wealthiest clients who are invested in Bitcoin. So the banks had to, and so all the other banks are going to do it too, or else, they're going to go down, right? So the banks had to bridge a connection. Now there's definitely a connection with Wells Fargo and Bitcoin. There's a connection there.
Yeah, the public demand is much too big for the banks to control. So yeah, it's pretty much like join us, or what was the saying? You can't fight him, join.
Can't beat him.
You can't beat him, join him, right? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing that crypto's here to stay. Go through the ups and downs.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back. The trend is up, right? So
yeah.
And I think we're still yet to see like the craziest moves in the bull market. Like imagine you can start buying cryptocurrencies on like social media apps, or like they're like super easy to access and hold for regular people, without them having to be tech savvy. I think we're going to see like a huge influx of just like, all your family members hitting you up,
Yeah, well, I think the people like in their 60s, 70s, I think they're kind of like, I think it'll be very minimal of who gets hip to it. You know what I mean? The people who are in their 60s and 70s, I think.
I'm surprised my grandpa, well, he got into it because of me, but I'm helping him out.
Yeah.
But,
you have to. The younger generation, we're going to have to help the elderly.
Yeah, I kind of want to help him, get into NFTs because he's has a lot of work still. His art's very like geometric, and maybe he has some blockchain related abstract art we can turn into NFTs or something.
I mean, you could do 10 to 30 in one day. Just put the photos, take photos, put them up, schedule them out. I mean, what Beeple, right? Beeple was doing it for 12, 13 years now, one a day, one a day, one a day. And then he did that huge thing not too long ago, like a month ago, where it's like it sold to Christie's for like what, $69 million. It was a collection of
Yeah.
5,000 pieces. You should totally do that. You don't have to do it one by one. You can just like schedule them and have them come out. I'm an obsessive person. So I'm simultaneously boom, 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 boom. I'm just going to release them. Why not? You know?
Yeah, you gotta figure out the best time. Usually, the best time to post, if you're in the West Coast, is around 8 p.m. That's usually when the gas goes down, 8 to 9 p.m. And then once the Asian markets start opening, you'll see a spike right away. Like it used to be that all the nighttime was low, but now it's like even in nighttime you get some crazy prices.
Yeah, I was on with you, and it was like
It's
132, and it
like
was like
they
nighttime
see
still.
they see in Asia what we're doing here in America, how we pump the market. Every morning usually pumping something's pumping, right? And then they get excited, and then they'll pump it somewhere. And every day, like for the past week or two, has been green every day in my portfolio. Usually,
Green, is
pretty
that good or bad?
pretty incredible. No, green numbers like positive,
Is
going
that good
up.
or bad?
Yeah, good. Green, you'll see like on your blockfolio, you'll see
How do
like
you get a block
green
folio?
numbers and red numbers, right?
How do you get a block folio?
Blockfolio, you just download it. You don't need any KYC. It doesn't take that long to set up. You just put in whatever coin you get. You just search for it, and you add how much you got, and it'll record like how much it costs at the time you got it or the time you entered it in. So you want to do it right after you buy it, so you can see your gains, right? And you can keep track of everything, what exchange you got it in, and you can see the different prices from each exchange right there. It's pretty helpful, and it adds up everything that you have, and you can see the prices right there on live time, so you can see when the price is going up. When you have to sell for. Imagine you have a coin, some like rare coin that you're just waiting forever for the price to go up. You have to know that perfect time to jump on your computer and sell it, right? So
So
sometimes you'll get spikes where it's like it'll only be spiked for like you get like one night, one chance to sell it, and then it drops like crazy the next day.
And what do you think before having it be evergreen, like up there for eternity, you just put it up there, opposed to knowing when to do like an auction for 24 hours or a 7-day auction? Like what are your vibes on that?
um, the auctions, I think it it's a little bit harder. I feel like because they have a reserve price, and it's mandatory 1 ETH. So for me, it seems a little bit too much. I think for bigger names, maybe the auction might be better.
Like
Because
Blau did. He revolutionized the music industry about 6 weeks ago
oh yeah,
when
Blau's
uh,
huge. I follow him.
he revolutionized the music industry. He released an album 3 years ago, and then he re-released it as an NFT, and it was an auction, and it went for 11.6 million. And then since then,
That's wild.
Little Yachty's done an NFT. Lindsay's releasing an NFT of her song. If she just now did
Oh,
it, probably
she's doing more music
a song. She's
with
releasing it
NFT.
as an NFT. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if
nice,
she already did it, but I was in the Clubhouse room where they announced that she was doing it.
cool.
Yeah, where she announced she was in it.
Yeah, I know.
Where she was in the room with Justin.
I heard Kings of Leon released their new album as
Yeah.
an NFT.
Yeah.
Ton of people are getting into it now.
Yeah. 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 So I'm really excited about the space. It's really exciting. So I'm wondering from you, for an artist, musician who doesn't understand or fully grasp the concept, a couple of things. One, I want to shift and pivot of adding value because of who you are, and you're such a solid person, and you're educated, and you're an artist, and you're for the community and the people. um if someone on here were to hear the podcast or see you, if they reached out to you, would you be able to maybe do a 1 hour coaching session? Like they pay you for your time. Obviously, you're just not
Yeah,
like a free
definitely.
for all, but you can maybe book 1 hour sessions with people, and like you could be their coach and walk them through the steps. Because the would you be open to doing that if anyone contacted you
Yeah,
and
definitely.
wanted this information? Because we're talking about it on the podcast and we're here now, but then, life takes a natural course. But for an energetic exchange, and you want to do it the right way and the smart way, you would definitely be open if it's because everyone's going to be overwhelmed when they hear this, and they're going to be like, oh my God, I need help with this and this. But you are available and willing to do an exchange or something, once a week or once a month, or however, whatever the pace is in your availability, to charge some kind of nominal fee for the struggling artist, or for the artist who wants to get involved and make it happen, and you can be like their NFT coach.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, hit me up on social media, whoever needs help. I'm willing to put some time and get you guys up there, start making that money.
It's really important, and the way I stress literally to go to ORVZ1 is this. The thing is this, like, and I can share what I know as well. And ORVZ1, he is just highly educated, he's in the space, he's for the people. And the thing is, I just want to disclose here to the listener and the viewer that, for example, Pi, it was just announced on their platform in the Pi app, like there's fake Pi wallets. Bitcoin are like, and all the other coins, all the wallets, there's so many, it's called phishing and scammers out there. Like
Oh yeah,
you want to make sure you're set up the right way. Like you get your MetaMask, you get it, you have to, there's steps you need to take into this new labyrinth, and you need to be set up the right way, because there are so many people who lose all of their money, who lose it all because they clicked on something or they thought it was something, because it's such a new space you don't know. You need to have a coach, and you need to be doing it with someone who knows what they're doing, or you're going to waste your time, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to lose your money. And we're here, that's why we're here on this podcast, to honor ourselves as artists, and honor your journey and what you've done thus far. I mean, it's just prolific and really exciting for me to hear about you as an artist and your upbringing, and what and how you pivoted, in your life as a artist, as a beautiful, like colorful being, right? So since ORVZ1 knows so much information, definitely message them. And you want to make sure if it's with him or me or someone, you want to make sure you have someone who knows what they're doing and they have good intentions to lead you, because it's like a journey, it's a community. It's not like a rich, quick type of thing, like I said earlier. Um, the other thing I want to say that's really, really important is that was taught to me just like probably like 60 days ago, because I got, my first wallet and stuff, that, and I told someone this. I told someone, I'm like, here you go, sign up for this. You're going to get a seed, SEED phrase. And you get a phrase that's unique to you and only you. Like I have mine, ORVZ1 has his, you're going to have yours, everyone. I told my friend, I told my friend, no matter what, do not take a screenshot of this seed phrase that you're going to get when you sign up for your wallet. Do not take a screenshot of it. Do not write it down on your phone. The person signed up, and I said, where did you put your seed phrase? And the person told me that they put it in the notes of their phone. And that's exactly what I said not to do. Like, you cannot have it on electronic device. You cannot take a photo of it. You need to memorize it. You need to write it down and have it in a secure place that no one will ever see it or know about it. And if you lose it, you lose all the money. And if someone gets it, they can take all your money. So it's a very high risk thing. So it's being socially responsible as a human being as well. It's a responsibility. Like money is a responsibility, the future is a responsibility, your life's a responsibility. And so if you take anything from this and you get involved, do not take a photo of your seed phrase or write it down on any electronics. You just need to, I have mine written down somewhere and I need to memorize mine still. But now I have two because I'm signed up for BitClout. It went public about a week or two ago. So you can actually sign up for BitClout. And if you need the link, just message me or I'll put it in the show notes. But you need to sign up for a BitClout, and they give you a seed phrase, and you cannot write it down in your phone, and you can't take a photo of it. Do you want to say anything on that?
Yeah, the good thing about when you get seed phrases, that means you are the owner of that wallet. Nobody else has custody. So nobody can access your funds. So nobody's going to be able to come and save you if you lose that phrase, right? Nobody can recover your funds. That's why it's very important that you have full control of that phrase and your password. You know, you have to be good at managing things, having multiple backups just in case, right? Also, hard wallets, Ledger or Trezors are recommended for keeping things. It's called cold storage, as opposed to an exchange wallet, which is called a hot wallet, right? Which can be hacked if the exchange gets hacked. So you gotta be careful with that.
And how do you get a cold storage?
I ordered a Trezor from. You don't want to get it from Amazon or any like third party because they can be messed with. They can actually like break into them and put a bunch of weird stuff in there. So you have to make sure you get it specifically from the manufacturer. You have to get it from the Trezor website or Ledger. Also, a thing with Ledger, a lot of people have been getting scammed from a Ledger app on the iPhone. Ledger doesn't have any apps. They're all like hard. It's a device that you connect to your computer, right? So people have been sending money to those wallets thinking it's a real wallet. And Apple has been notified about it, and they haven't done anything. Like they took down, Parler and all the other apps so fast, but these apps that are scamming people, for some reason, they don't do anything about it.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. I didn't know that. That's so good. I appreciate you sharing that. Thank you so much. Wow, yeah, that's really, really impactful and informative. Definitely.
That's something that, man, it's probably getting so many people right now.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned a bit earlier, there's like fake Pi wallets. You have to know what the original Pi is. And Nicholas, who created Pi, he's like, this is the only Pi Instagram. This is the only account, because there's a bunch of them. There's like a bunch of fake ones. So you have to know this is the only one to listen and go by.
This space is targeted by scammers like no other because they know everybody has a lot of money, and like all the crypto YouTubers, they have fake accounts that are like asking for people's or like putting numbers, WhatsApp numbers or whatever, to get people to send them information or money, right?
That's another thing. A lot of people, once you sign into MetaMask, it's an e-signature. Like you just do it one click. Like, so when you're going through the process, if it asks you to like, oh, put in your seed phrase, it never asks you twice to put in your seed phrase. It's a scam. So people do it, or they do like a signature or something. Like you don't do it. You only do it in the MetaMask wallet.
You have to be careful too, even like Googling some of these exchanges. Like they'll have fake ads that come up pretending to be the real thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they're getting through, but a lot of scammers are getting through. So you have to make sure like the exchange have it bookmarked so you don't have to Google it every time you have to access it, right?
Oh yeah, that's smart. That's really smart.
Yeah, have everything bookmarked. And
well, you have all these smart people in their bedrooms and at home, and they're just really smart, and they're hacking the computer, and they can do it right from their home.
Yeah, for that you need to get a 2FA, two-factor authenticator.
I have that on everything of mine.
Yeah, the Google Authenticator. So you don't only need a password to get in, you also need the code, right? That changes every minute.
Yep.
So
yep.
That's very, very important for anybody new in crypto to set all that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blockfolio Authenticator, and I would say Coinbase. I just started Gemini. Gemini is the competitor of Coinbase, but
Cool.
those two are like the main ones for cashing out. They're the most trustworthy, so you can hook up your bank or through them, and then whenever you want to buy, go in there, buy some XLM, send it to the exchange that you want to buy stuff in. You don't pay any fees by sending XLM. I think it's pretty much free to send, at least from Coinbase. And Coinbase also has Coinbase Pro, which is a little bit slower, but they have like zero fees. It just takes, you can't, whatever you buy in there, you can't take it out for like 10, 14 days or something like that.
Well, that's the thing with BitClout. Like when you put your Bitcoin in there or whatever, like you can't, or yeah, I think it's Bitcoin or
You can't
Bitcoin.
take it back out.
You can't take it out. That's the thing with BitClout. And a lot of people are freaking out because they're like, once you put it in, you can't put it out. And it's such a new space. And people keep saying, the leaders in the space, they keep saying, oh my God, like we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know who the people who created this, but like they're onto something. It's like Twitter and it's hybrid with like something else. But yeah, once you put the money in there, you can't take it out. But people can
So only
give
put what you want to spend in there.
but you can have a free account and people will give you the BitClout. Like you don't even have to spend any money and people will just give you the BitClout.
But the BitClout, can you send that BitClout to other exchanges to sell, or you sell it there? How does that work?
You can give your BitClout to other people. You can only have BitClout within the BitClout right now. You can't take anything out.
So you can't sell it yet.
No, you can't sell it. You can, someone try, I was in a clubhouse and someone was like, oh, can I like sell you some Bitcoin for you to give me some BitClout, because they wanted to like get in without going through the wallets and like actually buying it. And someone did a deal where they gave this woman BitClout and then she gave them some Bitcoin that she already had.
Is that cheating or what?
No, I don't think so. When I was in Mark Cuban's room on an NFT panel for 11 hours with like 400 people, like all day for 11 hours. And I wanted to pivot and I was releasing my book. And there you go. That sun was just blasting on me. Okay.
Hot afternoon.
Oh yeah. So so I was releasing my book and I was doing a press article and I wanted to like, as an angle to come out as an NFT artist, And so Zen Vibes, he's super cool. Zend Vibes, Zen Vibes, check him out, Instagram, Twitter. He's so cool. He's like, just buy some of my art, and he's so cool. And I'm gonna buy some of his art. But he sent me 200 ETH. So I could just go and do my first NFT. So I didn't have to go. He's like, just get a MetaMask wallet. And so I didn't have to go through all that of like buying it and da da da. I gave him my public code. I gave him my public code that anyone can have, your public code. Never give you your seed phrase, but you can give people your public code and they can give you money, because it's about helping the community. And that's what people are doing. They're helping and supporting one another.
That's nice. Yeah, I know there's a lot of crypto artists that buy each other's work.
Yes, I want to buy yours. I'm going to buy yours. I'm going to buy yours. I'm going to be a crypto collector. I'm an art collector for sure. I'm going to buy your work. I'm totally going to buy your work.
Yeah, once I start making more money with cryptos, for sure, I'll be buying NFTs. I haven't actually like bought any NFTs yet, but
yeah, I'm going to buy
I'm looking into it. I see what like a lot of the crypto, the OGs, people that have been in the space for a long time, they're launching their own NFTs, and all those, you can see the value goes up right away. So
well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anything like right now, everybody's flocking to like the main, like the most famous NFTs, and that way they can flip them for the most money. Which it's a good strategy. There's also airdrops, like free NFTs that you get on like I think Wax and other platforms. I'm not sure. I want to try out Wax. They're like some of the oldest ones in the NFT space. I have some of their token, the wax token. I remember I got that one like back in 2017. I had
Cool.
a lot of it, but I sold like right after. A lot of these coins, if we were to just held, the whole bear market, I'd probably be a millionaire right now. But that's the thing, like when it crashed, like everybody thought it was just gonna keep going down, so everybody started selling. I just held on to like a small handful of coins, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had one of the funny stories is I had like 100,000 Dogecoin, the little Shiba Inu coin.
No, I don't know it.
Um, that's like the coin that Elon Musk is promoting all the time. He's gonna
Oh,
like put it on his spaceship and send it
oh,
to the moon or something.
oh, that's the one he's promoting. Okay.
Well, yeah, that coin went up like almost 1,000%. I think it was like 900% one day.
He's like, I'm selling my
But
NFT as an NFT.
I I did, yeah. He's getting into NFTs too. Um, that coin would have been like almost 100K in dollars if I would have held it. If I didn't sell it, like
Yeah.
I think I sold it for a loss back then. That was a mistake. Yeah, never sell for a loss. It's pretty much a game of patience, right? If you can hold until it goes up, you're good. But
Yeah, patience is
it can
super important.
be nerve wracking.
Yeah, patience is super important. Well, I look forward to you and I collaborating and doing some NFTs together. That will be a really cool collaborative project. Maybe I
Yeah,
don't know what it
definitely.
is, but maybe it's photos of me of my modeling career or something like that. And then you do your artwork and maybe something, or maybe I make music and you put it to your artwork or something. That'd be cool to collaborate and do something.
Sounds good. Yeah,
Yeah. Have
absolutely.
you collaborated with other artists yet?
A little bit. Collaborated with RFX, RFX1. Uh, did I talk about the mural in downtown already?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can't remember if I did this before the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
the one
mentioned,
in
but go
downtown.
ahead, mention it again. The mural that you
Uh,
guys did together. Yeah.
we put that on the blockchain before anybody knew about NFTs. It was like one of the first murals on the blockchain through Blockchain Art Collective. Um, and we put like the hologram on the wall, and then you scan it with your phone, and then it takes it into the blockchain, right? It's like this little holographic sticker that you can put on any artwork, and then it has like this special code on there that you scan. It's really cool.
Is it the
Uh,
QR code?
no, it's different than a QR code. Actually, no, I think it might have had a QR code in there, but it was like an actual like almost like a microchip, like a flat microchip thing. It was very, very interesting. Not sure what happened to them.
So
I haven't seen much
you were
action from them
you were one of the
lately.
very first people to ever release an NFT, and you were definitely the first artist to ever release a mural as an NFT.
Yeah, one of the first ones. Yeah, because we got with them like right when they were launching. So they did a video. They came over to our studio and filmed a video of us doing it and everything.
Yeah. If you have
Very
any
cool.
videos or images or links, I'll put them in the show
Oh,
notes.
actually, we were featured in PBS.
Cool.
Uh, Me and Jason, because of that, they were interviewed. Blockchain Art Collective was interviewed on PBS, and they showed our mural and us talking about it, like doing the demo with the phone and everything. So I got my 15 seconds of fame.
Wow.
PBS
Wow. Yeah, that's so
all across
cool.
the country. Pretty cool.
Dope. I
Yeah, I
love
was
that.
impressed that they would be talking about crypto art, but that came out last year actually, before the NFT craze.
Right. Right.
But
And then before
yeah,
we started recording, we've been talking about Mark Cuban, and he created a Lazy platform, and he's already a multi-billionaire, but he wants to help the people. He wants to help the artists. He wants to help the community. He's not doing it to like make money. He's just really putting himself out there to create a space. It's called Lazy. And they were, when I was in the NFT room on the panel as a moderator for 11 hours, it was like 6 weeks ago. It was like one of the very first rooms ever. It was amazing. But JR, I think his name is JR, who runs his business in NFT. He was saying how like they're going to make it so like they do the infrastructure, they do all the stuff so the artists can just focus on the artwork, because all the stuff we're talking about, like artists aren't going to know how to do all those things. So I think they're creating some kind of community, like a hub where their internal people they didn't have it all figured out, but they were talking about creating something for having their internal people like help out artists in that department, so we could focus on like just like doing the NFTs, because it's like what we just said, it's not the wild wild west, it's like the wild wild space out there, and there's all those bad people out there hurting people with warfare and doing horrible things of stealing your money and stealing your right as a human being, and because we're exciting in this new space, but there's not like really governed laws. There are attorneys who are in the space, there are smart contracts, there is something called white paper. Do you want to share anything about smart contracts or white paper?
Well, the white paper is good to read every time you're getting into a new project. You want to look through the white paper just to try to understand why this project matters. What they're bringing to the table is going to be revolutionary. What kind of value proposition they have, and then what was the other one?
Smart contracts.
Oh, the smart contracts. That was developed by Ethereum. That's pretty much what makes NFTs possible. Is creating a contract on the blockchain. In this case would be the Ethereum blockchain. So you can put whatever you want, whatever kind of information on there, and it becomes like permanent on the blockchain, right? Nobody can alter it. So it's like an immutable ledger, is what they call it. So this technology can be applied to anything. Like they think eventually most things will be on the blockchain, because it creates like transparency and trust without having to depend on anybody, for them to not. As you can see, power corrupts absolutely, and you can't really trust anybody. Can't depend on them 100%. That's why this blockchain just runs itself, right? And it's developed to be unhackable. And I mean, people thought it was very private. When it first came out, it was used like that as a form of privacy. But now, the FBI or whoever is looking for a criminal, they appreciate if you use crypto, because it's so easy to trace, right? To look at the blockchain and see.
It's what?
It's so easy to trace, to see what went where, right? It's very transparent. Everything's out in the open. So it's, unless you're using like a really, like a privacy coin to stay hidden. But then if you're buying those kind of coins, then you're like on somebody's radar, right? They're like, oh, they have something to hide. So I try to stay away from privacy coins, just because of the state we're in.
Yeah, well, people are having their wallets, but using not their real name. They're using alias names, and people don't know who they are, and they don't know who they are. But that's kind of going to be the way of the future too, of actually not knowing people, and they can use different names like ORVZ1, and you're already ahead of it. And like
Yeah.
if I went by Pizza Girl, and there's one guy called Pizza Guy out there, like NFT Poppy, and there's people who aren't using their real names, and so
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like an internet persona that you can create.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, I really appreciate you. Are there any like last words of wisdoms, thoughts that you wanted to share with the listener or the viewer? Oh, before you actually do that, wisdoms, wise words. I want to know if people, well, one, if they're just brand new, they should definitely reach out to you, so they're taking the trail in the good smart direction. But if someone is starting out, like, and let's say they get a MetaMask wallet or something like that, like, what is the first, based on when they hear this information, obviously as well, but you know, it's an evergreen episode, but where do you think someone should start if they wanted to say, I want to invest in one coin, what would it be? And then let's say someone who wants to be more advantageous and they are like, let me invest 3 coins. Let me just shoot out a number. It could be, let's just say $500, or if someone takes $100 here and then $100 here and $100 here, and they're taking 100 US dollars and they're wanting to put it in 3 different areas, where would you say to go first?
Well, if you're getting started, you want to start from the top, right? On the chart, on the the top 100 or top 10 coins projects. You want to start with Bitcoin and then Ethereum, or Ethereum and Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin, because those are the ones that are going to go up. They're the most guaranteed to go up. The other ones, they're a little bit more, you know, there's a little bit more danger, as they say, higher risk but higher reward, right? Since there's less people in there, the price can move faster. There's higher volatility, which that means they can also go down really fast, right? So it's I think for the third, if you guys are going to buy a third trying to expand, I would go for XLM or XRP because they have the lowest fees. Especially at XRP right now, they just had this fight with the SEC. They were trying to say that they were a commodity, or I can't remember exactly how it went, but I think they were calling it a security. Which brings a lot more regulations on them, right? And the price dropped like crazy. And just recently, a couple of days ago, they recovered. So that if they're relisted on all the exchanges that they were relisted on, the price would, you know, triple, quadruple in a couple of days. So definitely keep an eye on that one. XRP Ripple, and they were created with the guy that created XLM. He worked with them. These guys they pretty much like broke down all the development from Bitcoin and like modernized it, or made it so it's like more efficient, right? So what they did to those coins, they're thinking that the US dollar could be using either of those coins as the digital currency, could be using either of those technologies, because that's how important they are to the space.
And then how would people get involved? Where would they go to
If
get
people
that?
wanted to get crypto, start with Coinbase or Gemini for Americans. You have to set up your account, put all your info, your
Where do they
banking.
do that?
You just you go on there and you set up. You have to set up your profile. You go under the like all the login info. You have to have 2FA, set up your security, you know, make sure everything is set up so you can't get hacked right off the bat, right? And then link your bank account. I think they made it pretty easy now. You can just log in through your bank or something like that.
So I was on PayPal a few months ago, and when I was on PayPal, they're like, "Oh, Coinbase, Bitcoin," like they're like, and then they give instructions of what Ethereum is. So I
Yeah, I
think
would stay
you're
away from
right.
PayPal, because
Yeah,
PayPal, very high fees, and also you can't get the crypto out of there. From what I hear, yeah, there's just kind of like they want you to invest, kind of like a Robinhood. Robinhood is also high fees, and you can't get it out. So those are good for people that are just starting. If they maybe don't want to deal with, or they don't want to like dive deeper, maybe you can try that. But if you want to like be moving money around and cashing out, you know, a lot of crypto and straight into your bank, you got to set up a Coinbase, and then
that's
I would
Coinbase.com.
yeah,
My girlfriend.
Coinbase.com is right here, based in California. Very trustworthy company. They're about to come out with an IPO on the stock market that's valuated at like already in the hundreds of millions. Like
And you
they're
said they're the
saying,
first one, right? You said they're the first
yeah,
one.
first exchange. I think Binance, but they're in China. They were the first ones to have it. Maybe last year they had an IPO, but that's like in the Chinese exchange. Chinese stock exchange. We're the first Western company to Coinbase. So with them, I always buy XLM and then send it to whatever exchange and buy my coins there. And then whenever you want to cash out, do the same thing. You turn it into XLM or a coin that's very cheap to move, so you don't lose anything as you're cashing out of it. Because the fees for Bitcoin and Ethereum, the fees are very high. So if you can stay for moving stuff around, stay away from those two.
Yeah, but if they're high right now, but we're still early on in the 1%, do you think it's still worth to
No,
buy
it's gonna
although
get
they're
fixed.
high?
Yeah. I mean, definitely buy and hold. Whatever you buy, just
Buy and just
have
hold it.
just hold it until it goes up, and then you can keep buying like little bits of like under $100 of like XLM, and try to invest under $100 on each coin, and you'll see how that little amount of money can go a long way. Very impressive.
Very cool. Very cool. Great. Okay, I'm so excited. And on that note, are there any last words of wisdom you want to talk about from your heart and soul about? It can be about art, it can be about blockchain, NFTs, do's and don'ts, anything that you just want the viewer and or the listener to know about you and, in your heart space of what you want to share. Any last parting words?
For the crypto market, number one rule is buy low, sell high, or buy in the red, sell in the green, right? So you never losing. And same thing for NFTs and art. You want to buy or make the NFT, mint the NFT when the gas fees are at the lowest, which is like 1 hour of the day, usually at night. So keep your eye on the gas prices. So you can get the apps, or there's many websites that do that. And get in there, because right now it's kind of very exclusive since the prices are so high. Not a lot of people get in, right? So only a few people get in. But eventually, once the prices go up down this July with a new update, you're going to see just like a crazy influx of people come in. So right now, we're at the perfect time to like set up our positions, in the art space and in the crypto space, and just after that, just chill back and watch the magic happen. Just sit back and enjoy passive income, because that's really the future. I think it's going to be a lot of working from home. Once the robots take all the jobs, it's going to be either some kind of what do they call it, the universal basic income from the government, or if we do cryptos and cryptos are really successful, the governments won't even need to give us UBI. I think they would appreciate that.
What's UBI?
The universal basic income. That's what a lot of people are talking about, like Yang, the guy that ran for president, he was talking about that. And right now with COVID, they're trying to think of some kind of solution, like some kind of monthly payment. I don't know if you have to be unemployed or for everybody, but especially with inflation right now, the prices are going to be going up on a lot of stuff. So we need some kind of help, and people are seeing the crypto market as the solution to that problem.
Yeah, an opportunity. It's exciting anyway.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This is I think right now we're in the perfect place. Less than 1% adoption, a lot of room for growth. So you just gotta, I don't know, be brave and learn as much as you can before everybody else figures it out.
Right. I mean, we're the artists, we're the creators, we're in it. It's really exciting. We didn't start it, but we're revolutionizing it. We're a part of it. That's why us artists coming together, helping one another is so important, to take the power and the control back of our artistry and just, of humanity. So it's a really, really exciting time. And yeah, with that being said, I would definitely love to have you back on She's All Over the Place. You're amazing. And by the time we have another conversation, if you would love to come back, then I'm sure we'll have another great, beautiful conversation and provide a lot of value and insight for the entrepreneurial watching, listening, and artists. And yeah, we're here for your entertainment. And the call to action is just definitely check out the show notes and follow ORVZ1 and hit 5-star on the podcast. If you're not following me already, please subscribe and share with every single freaking artist because this is the coolest thing in the world happening. And you might have to listen to it again because there's just so much valuable information. You might just want to be able to digest and download and just take some notes. But yeah, any last words?
Thank you so much for having me, Katie. Appreciate it. I would love to be back on, and see you guys on the next one.
Yeah. Oh, and real quick, super shout out. You're Bipolar Romance. You're on an episode with Bipolar Romance. I want to check out that podcast.
Yeah, they're a psychedelic art podcast, and they're just getting into NFTs now. So check them out. A guy from the UK.
Amazing. I love that. Bipolar Romance. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we'll see you next time and we'll see you next week. Thank you for being here.
Thanks. Take care, Kate.